Okay, so just now I told you some rules like basis rules and induction rules to write the regular expressions, and how we can eliminate the unnecessary pair of parentheses. Also, I have told you because of precedence of operators like star, concatenation operator, and union operator and their associativity, we are able to eliminate the unnecessary parentheses or brackets, right? So let us see one example here, then you will understand how to write the regular expressions and how they work very easily, you will understand. So suppose there is a set is there, okay, set of symbols. So what are the symbols are here, what are the strings are here, what are the alphabets are here? A comma B, only two alphabets are here. Okay, the set is a set of alphabets. So then a regular expression A, you can observe here, these regular expressions are written in a bold letter, and this symbols are written in a italic. Okay, in sets we have written symbols, no, here these are written in italic, but regular expressions are written in a bold letter to make the difference. Okay, so regular expression A union B, okay, A union B, or you can call it as A or B. So this regular expression denotes the language A comma B. Okay, because this A comma B is there, no, this A is either in this this regular expression, and this or this A is belonging to this one. Okay, or you can call them as a set also, or languages also. This A belongs to this language, or A belongs to this language, and B belongs to maybe in this language, or that B may belongs to this language. So like this regular expression A union B denotes the language A comma B. Then so here you can consider this set of symbols we are calling, right? So this set of symbols or set of strings are nothing but languages. So you can call this a sigma as a, this is a representing a set of languages. So the same language we are getting from this regular expression. Now, if you consider second regular expression, which is very interesting, that is A union B, again concatenated with A union B, then what it is meaning, what its meaning? It means that it is denoting A is concatenated with is A, so it is AA. Then A is concatenated with B, so it is denoting AB, and B is concatenating with A, so it is BA, and this B is concatenating with B, so it is a BB. So like this, it is denoting the language. So in this parenthesis, whatever I have written by separated by comma, it is representing the language of all strings. What are those strings? The strings are AA, AB, BA, BB, which are made up of the symbols A and B. Okay, now are you understanding what is alphabet, what is string, what is language? Okay, so language is written in this parenthesis. Okay, and inside these parentheses, whatever you are writing, they will be strings which are made up of these symbols. Okay, so this is a language of all strings of length 2. Okay, 2, and over the alphabet sigma. Okay, then any regular expression for the same language is a, okay, for the same language, it means if you want to get the same language AA, AB, BA, BB, then you can use this regular expression also, that is AA union AB union BA union BB. By doing this also, we can get this same language, but instead of writing like this, we have written it in a very short form like this: A union B concatenated with again A union B. Okay, but here parentheses are very important, otherwise what happens, its meaning B is union with A or A is union with B. So parentheses are very important here. And the next regular expression is A star. It means A clean closure. What it is going to denote? 0 is indicating 0 or more. Sorry, star is indicating 0 or more, correct? So 0 or more number of A's will be there, that's all. So 0 number of A's means it is an empty string. 1 number of A is A, 2 numbers of A's are AA, 3 numbers of A's are AAA, like this. and to infinity number of a's will be continuing like this. So this is the language which is returned from this regular expression, or the regular expression a star is representing or describing or denoting the language, this language, which is containing all strings of 0 or more a's. Then A union B clean closure, that is A or B star. What it is going to give us? It is going to give us the language which is containing all the strings which are containing or consisting of 0 or more number of occurrences or instances of A or B, not both of them, because this pipeline we can pronounce it as or, right? So A or B, and how many A's or how many B's? 0 or more number of A or B's. So if 0 numbers of A's, empty string, 0 number of B's, empty string, then 1 number of A, then 1 A will be there, 1 B will be there, and 2 A's, A B, B A, okay? Because A B, 1 A, 1 B, and 1 B, 1 A, that is B A. Then 2 B's may be there, again 3 A's may be there, 3 B's may be there, like this. All combinations we can write here, okay? So this is the language which is represented by the regular expression A union B clean closure, okay? So for this equivalent regular expression is this one, that is A star B star whole star, A star B star whole star. What it is indicating? Star is nothing but 0 or more A's and B's, and again A's and B's are 0 or more, okay? So like this, the alternative regular expression for this one is this one, okay? So both of these regular expressions will give us the same language. This is the same language, okay? Then last one more example. If you consider the regular expression A unioned with A star B, it means 0 or more A's are there, but at least one A is there, okay? One A is there, so at least one A is there, or else one B is there, okay? So because of that only one A I have written, and if A is not present here and here also A's are in the, because of R, if you remove this A and you will get only this one, and here also 0 A's are there, then there will be only one B, so I have written B here. Then next one more string you can create is here AB, okay? AAB, AAAB, like this. So it means all the strings which are ending with a B and beginning with 0 or more A's, okay? So it is a string A and all the string consisting of 0 or more A's and ending with a B. So it is containing the strings, two types of strings. So one string is A, and the remaining all strings are the strings which are consisting 0 or more number of A's and compulsorily ending with a B, okay? So this type of examples may be asked in your exam. So here we are going to see now some laws, okay? Law. So here one more definition you want to see here, that is a regular set. What is that regular set? See, a language that can be defined by regular expression is called as regular set. Now onwards, wherever you spoke language, you can call it as a regular set, because already I told you regular expressions are used to represent or denote or describe or specify or define the language, okay? So regular expression will describe the language. So this language which is described by these regular expressions, most sophisticatedly, technically, we can call them as regular set. So regular set is not nothing but it is not a new thing, it is a language only, okay? So don't get confusion. Regular set, if two regular expressions like R and S denote the same regular expression, sorry, same regular set or same language, like this one, see here, two regular expressions are there, both of them are representing this same language, like this. If two regular expressions are denoting the same language, then we can say that they are equivalent, okay? So they are equivalent, and then we can write this regular expression as R equal to S. So here also you can write this A union B star equal to A star B star whole star, because both of them are denoting us same language, okay? So here, because of that only, if one regular expression A union B is equivalent to B union A, okay? So there are similarly, there are so many algebraic laws are there for our regular expressions also, okay? Because I think you have seen such type of expressions or formulas in your algebra. Okay, the same type of laws or formulas are present for our regular expressions also. They will be applied for our regular expressions also. So what are those different equivalent forms? What are those different algebraic laws? We will see here by considering the expressions, three expressions, R, S, and T. Expression means regular expression. Regular expressions we are considering here in our example or in this table as R, S, and T. So first law, R is unioned with S, then we can write it as a S is unioned with R. So if you write like this, its law is called as commutative law. This pipeline is there, no, that is union. Union is a commutative law. It is satisfying commutative law. What is mean by commutative law? Commutative law, changing the order does not change the result. Remember this one. Changing the order will not change the result. Okay, so whatever you will get by doing this, you will get the same thing by doing this. Then R is unioned with S union T, or else T is unioned with R union S. Again, this vertical pipeline union is associative. It means that 2 plus 7 in bracket plus 5 is equal to 2 plus 7 plus 5, or else 2 star 7 star 5 is equal to 2 star 7 star 5. So this is called as associative. Here we are considering all three regular expressions. Here we had considered only two regular expressions for commutative. Here we are considering three regular expressions. Okay, so then concatenation. R is concatenated with ST, and again S is concatenated with T here. Okay, R is concatenated with S already, and this is again in turn concatenated with T. RST, RST. So concatenation is also associative. We will get the same thing. And RS union T, RS union RT. S union T concatenated with R, then we will get SR union TR. It means that here the concatenated is distributed. Concatenated is distributed means it is applied for all three, the remaining two regular expressions. R is applied to the concatenation is applied to S also, R is applied to the T also, and here also S is applied to R and T is also applied to R. So both of them are equal. RST equal to RS union RT. S union T R is equal to S R union TR. So concatenation is distributed over this pipeline. Okay, remember this. Then epsilon is concatenated with R is nothing but epsilon is concatenated with R, or R is concatenated with epsilon. So both of them will give us the original regular expression, that is R. So epsilon is an identity for concatenation. It is playing very important role here also. We cannot ignore it, even though it is not going to make any big change. That, but with our regular expression, there will be always concatenation of empty string. Okay, so then R star, what it means? Clean closure, 0 or more. So R or else epsilon, then whole star. That is, again it is going to give us the same thing. So it is epsilon is a guaranteed in a closure. Epsilon is compulsory in a closure because 0 or more is there. 0 means what? Nothing. So because of that only it is considered here as a separate character or separate regular expression, that is epsilon. Then R double star, what it means? So R star is already 0 or more, and its concatenate, its clean closure is nothing but again 0 or more. So both of them are going to give us the same result, that is nothing but R star is equal to R double star. So this star is a idempotent. Idempotent is nothing but by doing so we will not get any difference. We will not get any change. They will be unchanged again. We will get the same thing again. Okay, so for example, if you add 0 with 0, then again you will get 0. So it is a 0 or plus is a idempotent here, and 0 into 0, 0 slash, that is division is a 0, 0 minus 0, 0. So these all are idempotent. Okay, if anything is not changing, if we change our regular expression, if the result is not changed, then it is called as idempotent. Okay, now come to next topic, that is regular definitions. What do you mean by regular definitions? These regular definitions are nothing but these are the languages only. Don't get confusion. Different names they are giving us. Just previously I told you that is regular set, and here I am calling them as regular definitions. Why, sir, regular definitions? Because in our variables also, variables are the names given to the memory locations, correct? Because it is very difficult for us to remember the memory locations and addresses, so we have given name to the memory locations. Similarly here also for regular expressions, we will give some names, and those names we will be keep on using in our next regular expressions. Instead of writing the complete regular expressions everywhere, we will give one name to that regular expression, and that name only we will use everywhere in our next regular expressions. So these regular expressions which are given a name, it means that we are defining them. So because of that only we are calling these type of regular expressions as a regular definitions. It means that regular definitions are nothing but they are not a new thing, they are regular expressions only, but we have given a name to those regular expressions. Instead of directly writing those regular expressions, we are writing their names here. So they are called as regular definitions. Okay. So here we have written some regular definitions on our set of alphabets, that is a sigma here. So how to write the regular definition? This is the way how we should write the regular definition. This is a format, this is a syntax, how we should write it. So here definition we will write at the left side. Okay, that is the name of that regular expression we will write at left side, and what it is going to indicate, for what regular expression this name is written, that regular expression we will write at the right side here, RHS side. So this format you remember, LHS and RHS of this arrow mark. LHS will be the definition of regular expression, so I call it as a regular definition. It means it is a name given to this RHS. What is RHS? Regular expression. The LHS is a name given to this regular expression. Okay, so here now onwards we will see some examples here, then you will understand it better. So once again, just once 1 minute. Here one example is there for C identifiers or C variables. So these C variables are nothing but they are strings of letters, correct? The pattern I am telling, pattern for our identifiers of C language. So these identifiers are made up of strings of letters followed by digits, and also underscores are also allowed there. To make this one, we have to write regular expressions now, right? And if you want to give a name to those regular expressions, it means you can write the sequence of regular definitions. Definitions, remember that word, definitions. Definition means nothing but sequence of definitions, or sequence of, or list of names what we are assigning to our regular expression. Okay, so here that already previously I told you, in italics whatever I am writing they are symbols, remember. Okay, in italics whatever I am writing, these all are symbols. In bold letter whatever I am writing, they are regular expressions. Okay, so just see here. For regular definitions also, we have written in italic. Okay, we have written in a italic. So here one regular expression is there to represent the letters, because in our C identifiers letters are there, digits are there, and underscores are there. For these letters and underscores, I write one regular expression like this: A or B or C or up to Z. Small letter A or B or C or D up to Z, or underscore, or is nothing but union here. Okay, any one of these will be present. Then for this regular expression, I give one name here, that is a letter. It is indicating letter. So here D1 it is D, definition, regular definition. So it is given a name to this regular expression. Then for digits, I write one more regular expression like this: 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 up to 9. So for this regular expression, I give one more name, that is a digit. Okay, so then I combine these two regular expressions, or I combine these two regular definitions, and I make it as a regular expression like this. For this regular expression, I give one more name, that is regular definition, as ID, that is identifier. Okay, so left side whatever you are looking here, these are regular definitions. Right side whatever you are looking, they are regular expressions. Remember, always remember, left side regular definitions will be there, right side regular expressions will be there. Regular definitions are nothing but names given to these regular expressions. So here letter followed by 0 or more letter or 0 or more digit, which is a perfect regular expression for my identifier. Clear now? Okay. Now let us see one more example. You will understand better since this one example is not enough. Here we are going to write the regular expression for numbers. Number may be integer number, floating point number. It's okay. And if it is a floating point, there are possibilities of exponential form of a floating point, exponential form of a floating point. Okay, so here integer value may be there or floating point value may be there. If it is a floating point value, there is a possibility of a exponential format also. That also we should keep it in our mind. Okay, and unsigned numbers, these all are unsigned numbers. For these unsigned numbers, I want to write one regular expression. If you write a regular expression for a digit first, it will be again same as a 0 to 9. And then I write one more regular expression, that is digit followed by 0 or more number of digits, because consecutively there may be any number of digits, but minimum one digit will be there in our number, right? So digit will be followed by any number of digits. It may be 0 number of digits or any number of digits. Again, for this regular expression, I give one more name, that is digits. Don't get confusion. Try to make the difference between digit and digits. Digit is only single digit. Multiple number of digits, that is a digits. It is a singular and it is a plural. Okay. Then, in our floating point, there are some optional fraction numbers are also there. Fraction is nothing but a dot followed by some digits, 0 or more digits. For that, I have written this regular expression. Dot followed by digits. Digits means what here? Already I told you. One digit will be compulsory present there after dot. Okay. Then after that digit, there may be 0 or more number of digits, and which is or else epsilon. Why sorry epsilon? Because fraction is optional. If a fraction is not present there, if it is a whole number, then it will be, fraction will be empty string. Okay. Then once again, after fraction, you should consider exponential also. Optional it is. Optional. It is not compulsory. How to write this exponential? One example here they have shown here. See, 1 dot 89 e minus 4, 6 dot 33 6 e 4. Okay. So like this. This is for fraction. 0 dot, after dot compulsory one digit should be there. After that, there may be any number of digits. If a fraction itself is a optional, then it will be only 0 or any other number here. So this is a whole number. So here I have included epsilon here, and in optional exponent, capital E I have written. Okay, capital E, and followed by either plus or minus or empty string, and again followed by digits, 0 or more digits, and at least one digit. After E, there will be optional symbol plus or minus. Okay, here see, here minus is there, but here there is no symbol. Immediately after E, one digit is there. So one digit, one or more digits, or else if it is optional exponent, then there will be empty string like this. Optional fraction. Here also I had considered epsilon, right? So then last, I will combine these all earlier regular definitions, and I will make them as a regular expression. For that regular expression also, I give one more name, that is a number. So left side will be all regular definitions, and here all the regular expressions. So how the number usually look like? First digits will be there. These digits are nothing but at least one digit, followed by 0 or more digits, followed by optional fraction, followed by optional exponent. So exactly if you want to see this number, the best example is this one. 6 is a digit, followed by optional fraction, followed by optional exponent. This is a perfect example for you. And this is also. Okay. So this is about how we can write the regular definitions and regular expressions. Okay. Now we will see Extensions of our regular expressions. Extensions. What are these extensions? See, already we have three operators now. Union operator, concatenation operator, right? And clean closure. These all are already we have. So now we are going to see some additional extensions, additional notations. Okay. So here we have regular expression variants. Regular expression variants is nothing but other forms of regular expressions, other forms of regular expressions. Nothing is there, don't worry. Once again, I discussed the same thing here. One or more instances, already I told you, one or more instances if you want to represent, you have to use one unary operator, and that unary operator is a particularly plus symbol, and it is a postfix operator because after writing the language you will write that symbol plus. Otherwise it would be called as a prefix operator, but here we are not first writing plus, then we are not writing language. First we are writing language, then we are writing this symbol, so it is a postfix operator. Okay. Okay. Then second one is, okay, this plus is usually called as a clean closure. Remember it, clean closure and positive closure here. Okay, positive closure. Star is called as clean closure. Next one symbol is a 0 or 1. For 0 or 1, already briefly, I think I already told you, we should use the operator question mark. 0 or 1 question mark. Okay, next character classes are also there. Character classes are nothing but instead of writing the all sequence of characters or numbers or characters alphabets, just we can mention them in the form of range also. For example, if you want to write capital letter A to Z, you no need to write all 26 characters by separating pipeline. You just mention them in a square brackets with a small hyphen in between them, and the what I have to write is here just the first and the last letter separated by the hyphen. That's all. Okay, then we will consider them as all capital letter A to Z, small letter A to Z. Okay, so for example, if you write your regular expression like this in a square bracket as A, B, C, okay, so you can write it as a, its expanded form is A or B or C. Okay, instead of writing this pipeline A or B or C, just you can write them in a this one. It means that any one of them will be present there, either A or B or C. This square bracket indicates to mention the range, either A, B or C. Okay, then A to Z is a shorthand for A, pipeline B, pipeline C, pipeline D up to Z. Are you understanding the power of these square brackets now? These are called as character classes. Character classes. Just remember, whenever this word comes in your mind, character classes, you should understand that I have to write it in a square bracket instead of writing unnecessarily the lengthy long number of sequence of all characters or alphabets. I can just specify them in a shortcut. So these are called as character classes. Now let us see one example on this. These are following are some shorthands. We can rewrite the regular definitions of example 3.5 as follows. So usually in previous, just now in previous page, I have shown you that example, no, for C identifiers. So the same regular definition, we can rewrite them by using these shorthands. Again, it will be very compact for us. Okay, so instead of writing all A to Z or small letter and uppercase, including this underscore here for letter underscore, I just write them as a range here, A to Z followed by underscore. For digits also, instead of writing all the numbers here, I just mention it in the form of range in a square bracket. That is a digit. And again, letter followed by letter or digit 0 or more. That is a star. So this is the same. There is no any difference here. This last statement was there, no, last rule whatever I had written here, that is this one. This is the same thing here. Okay, last regular definition whatever I had written, it is the same here. Only changes what I have made is this range. It means that you should understand the importance of these square brackets, which are indicating character class. It means class of characters or set of characters or collection of characters in a short form. Okay, then The regular expressions of example 3.6 also we can rewritten like this. That is for a number we had written, no. So last one is there, no. Here I have used question mark here. What it represents? Digits already you know. It is one digit minimum followed by 0 or more digits. Then optional fraction was there. So dot is here, then followed by digits again and question mark. Why question mark? 0 or 1 here. 0 or 1. Question mark indicates that 0 or 1 digit. Okay. Then after that exponential is there. It is also optional actually. Then E is there. E is there. E is followed by plus or minus. Any one of them. Because of that only 0 or 1. And it is not compulsory. Plus should be there, minus should be there. Right? So these plus and minus are optional there. It may be present or may not be present. So 0 or 1. So question mark I used here. Then followed by digits. And for this whole exponential question mark, it means that there may be present, there may not be present. Exponential. 0 or 1. Exponential. 0 or 1 fraction. Okay, and here compulsorily digit. Number is digit. And this digits also you can observe here how I changed it. Digits earlier how I had written, digit followed by 0 or more digits I had written. That is digit followed by digit star I had written earlier. Now I just simply reduced it to digit plus. What it means? It means that at least one digit should be present there, right? For that one or more symbol I can use here. One or more symbol is a plus symbol. So at least one digit will be there. More than one digit also may be present there. Then instead of writing all 0 to 9 with separated by pipelines, I have just mentioned in a square bracket with a hyphen here in the form of range to represent the digit. See how compactly we are written regular expressions. Okay. So these are regular definitions. These are regular expressions. Okay. Just remember how to write the regular definitions. Next, one more example I want to take, and I want to give some homework today. By evening you have to submit to me. Only one or two I will solve here. The remaining things whatever I am showing you on this screen, you take a screenshot of it. And you send me the homework today by evening. So here what is the question here? We have to describe the language. It means we have to write the language, which are denoted by the following regular expressions. In your exam, they will ask you like this. They have given us regular expressions, but we have to write the language for that regular expression. Okay. Now, what is the first regular expression? A followed by 0 or more A union B followed by A. What it means? It means that minimum, okay, it means that minimum there will be one A. Minimum there will be one A followed by 0 or more A's or B's followed by A. One A. It means that the strings will be like this. The language will be containing the strings, and the strings will be like this. The string will be beginning with compulsorily one A and ending with compulsorily with one more A. In between this A and A, there may be 0 or more A's or B's. Okay, which is indicated by this parenthesis star. Okay, so triple A, A, B, A, double B, A, like this. This is the first language what I have written for this regular expression. So second and third is for your homework. Okay, fourth I will tell you. Fifth again it is a homework for you. Okay, so fourth how to write it? A star, what it means? 0 or more A's. It means your string may or may not begin with A, but next compulsorily there should be one B. It means that your string will compulsorily beginning with the B. Okay, then followed by 0 or A's once again, followed by one more B, followed by 0 or more A's, followed by one more B, followed by 0 or more A's. It means that here compulsorily there will be 3 B's in your string which are followed by optional A's. So here 0 or more A was the beginning, so I have not written A here. I have written only B, 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 3 B's I have written. All A's I have taken it as a zeros. Then since I told you a string may be beginning with 1 A or more than 0 or more A's, I have taken 1 A here. 1 A followed by 3 B's and A, B, A, B, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, 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 A. Like this, all strings I have written here. Okay. So similarly, the remaining 3 you should write as a homework. Okay. So next, let me to go to next example. Next example is nothing here. Just remember in our languages. So most of our languages are case sensitive. It means that the small letter whatever you are writing, if you write the same string in uppercase somewhere else, then both of them are not equal. Okay. They are case sensitive. If you want to use that string in a small letter, you have to use it in small letter only throughout your program. Okay, but some examples, some programming languages like SQL, that is structured query language, they are case insensitive because already you studied DBMS lab. There you have written some queries in SQL. There these queries you can write either in uppercase or in a lowercase. It doesn't matter for it. It means that SQL language is a case insensitive. Okay, so just I wanted to make you this clear because it is a extra tip, extra knowledge for you. Some languages are case sensitive, some languages are case insensitive. Remember it. Next, some regular definitions are there for languages. They will give us languages, but we have to write a regular definition. Okay, so what are those regular languages and for whom we should write a regular definitions? The first definition is all strings of lowercase letters, all strings of lowercase letters that contain the 5 vowels in order. In order, it means that you take any one string in which all characters should be lowercase and those characters should contain the 5 vowels in order. In order means what? A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. Already 5 characters are there. Right? So these A, E, I, O, U should cover in those strings. So can you write regular definition for this language? Okay, try at your home. This is also homework for you now. All strings of lowercase letters in which the letters are in a ascending lexicographic order. Lexicographic order is nothing but in ascending order. Okay, so all strings of lowercase letters in which the letters are in a ascending lexicographic order. It means that your alphabets should be in ascending order only, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like this only. For alphabets which are in lowercase, you are writing the strings and you are writing the regular definition for this. Similarly, third one, comments consisting of a string which are surrounding by the slash star and star slash without an intervening star slash unless it is inside a double quotes. It means you want to write a regular expression for or regular definition for comment line which are beginning with a slash star and ending with a star slash. Is it clear? So these all are homework for you. Today you try them and send me the homework. And here I want to tell you some expressions and some examples. You can see here expression, regular expression, C. Okay. So this is a character or one symbol it is. What it is going to see, what it is going to represent. It is going to match the one non-operator character C, non-operator character C. It means it is just representing a character. So best example is A, or you can take B also, C also, any character you can take. Then slash C, like our slash N. Okay. So what it is going to explain, what it is going to denote, it is going to denote, it matches the character C literally. It means literally it will exactly, it will match only the character C. So slash star. Slash star means it can match character, any character. Okay, C is representing here character, that's all. And if it wants to match any character, then you use star. Literally it will match that character. Then double quotes are here. In between that double quotes, a string is there. String yes, literally it will match the string yes. Okay, so yes is a string which is made up of some symbols, any symbols or any characters or any alphabets. So we have used double star here. Example, it is matching string. Then a dot, any character, but it will not match a new line character. Wherever dot is there, it will match everything, every character, alphabet, capital letter A to Z, small letter A to Z, semicolon, open bracket, close bracket, every character it will match, but it will not match a new line character. Except that new line character, it will match every character, other characters. The example is A dot star B. What it means? It means that after A, there may be any character here, any letter may be present here except new line character. After A, you write anything in the place of dot, it will match. And how many characters you should write? I have written star there immediately after dot. It means after A, there may be 0 or more number of characters, and that string will end with a B. Remember, but you should not write a slash n here, that's all. Okay, then cap symbol, that is caret symbol, it will always indicate that it is a beginning of line. Wherever you look into this caret symbol, you should understand that it is indicating, it is telling me this is the beginning of line. So here one example is here, cap ABC. If you observe this, first cap is there, it indicating that this is the beginning of my sentence, this is the beginning of my string, this is the beginning of my line. Okay, A, B, C, D up to Z, whatever it may be. It is not compulsory that it should be A, B, C, followed by any strings, any characters you write here. This cap should be, it should be at the beginning of this string, which is indicating this is the starting of my string. End of line or end of string also we will indicate. At the end of your line or your string, you just mention dollar. So it indicates that this line is completed here only. This line is ended here. Then if you write that string inside a square bracket, yes, any one of the characters in the string, yes. As already I told you, A, B, C written in a square bracket, right? Any one of them, it will match any one of these three characters. Either it will match A, B or C or AB or BC, like this. Okay, any one of these characters in the string, either A or B or C, not two characters. Okay, don't confuse here. I think I misspelled here. Any one character it will match, either A or B or C. Okay, next cap, yes, already I told you what is this cap is indicating. Okay, so any one character which is not in a string, yes. So without square bracket, if you use the cap, then it is indicating beginning of the line. But inside this square bracket, if you type that cap followed by a string, then its meaning is different here. What it is going to tell us now? It is going to match any one character which is not present in the string. It means it is just like a negation. Okay, cap ABC is nothing but apart from this ABC, the remaining 25 alphabets will be matched. A will not be matched, B will not be matched, C will not be matched. Okay, then R star, 0 or more strings matching the regular expression or regular definition R. So A star, example already you know. R plus, it is going to match one or more strings. A plus. R question mark, 0 or 1 R. 0 or 1 regular expression. A question mark. R M comma N. Between M and N occurrences of R. It means that in between M and N, If R is present, then only you match it. Okay, it means that between M and N occurrences of R. It means in between 1 and 5, whatever the occurrences are there, it will match them. That is 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, excluding 1 and 5. Then R1, R2. R1 followed by R2. It will match any regular expression which is followed by R2, R1 followed by R2. For example, AB, that is just like your concatenation only. Okay, then union, R1 union R2. R1 or R2. Already I told you how to pronounce it, either union or you can use R. R1 or R2. R1 or R2. A pipeline B. Okay, similarly, only R with parenthesis, same as without parenthesis. So A union B with parenthesis I have written here. Then R1 divided by R2, that is nothing but R1 when followed by R2. So that is R1 is ABC followed by R2, that is 1, 2, 3. So like this, there are so many regular expressions are there, what they will match, and examples are also are here. Just go through them and try to understand, and then try to solve the homework today, and by evening you send me the homework. Okay, in next class I continue from next topic. You can leave the meeting now.